Hey guys, welcome back. This is Monica with the Monica Kelly Show, and today I have a badass in the studio with me. I mean, she is the bomb, and I can't wait to introduce her to you guys and let her tell you a little bit about herself and some of the things that she does in the daytime and some of the things that she do kind of late, mid evening. But she's great. She's wonderful, and I've been following her for a while. And so, with no further ado, I have Miss Tabitha Smith in the studio with me today. What's up, girl?
Well, thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. How are
I'm
you?
fantastic. Mm.
Good, good. All right. Let's just talk a little bit. I mean, let's just start with the basic introduction of who you are and how you got there, and then we'll jump into a few questions. How's that sound?
That sounds
All
great.
right, good.
So, my name is Tabitha Smith, like you've already said, and I have been a law enforcement officer here in Texarkana, Texas for going on 20 years. So, I'm
Wow.
getting close to retirement time, but I probably won't retire. Um, and I have enjoyed that so much working with the community. We have a wonderful community here in Texarkana. Um, I'm actually not from here. I'm from Cass County.
Mm-hmm.
So coming here, I had to learn a whole lot of different people and all that kind of thing. And so about 4 years ago, my health became a priority. And we have a blended family, so I have four kids, and
Mm-hmm.
so trying to uh, manage with time,
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing is very, very
Mm-hmm.
difficult, and you really have to have some purpose for it.
Right.
And so um, in 2024, in January, I decided to go into Legends. And I had never weightlifted or anything like that. And I thought, well, I keep seeing all these things about how your calories will burn for you if
Mm-hmm.
you have muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, let me do some research about this. And
Yeah.
so I was there, um, and while I was there, I met some wonderful women
Mm-hmm.
that were actually doing bodybuilding shows.
Wow.
So I hired a coach, and then there we went straight from there.
Wow.
So I've learned a lot of things to help people, especially women,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I've just learned a lot of stuff, and it is my passion to pass it on and to
Right.
help build habits that are pretty simple,
Right.
just little minute little calculations in your life,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of get there and get your health going. So
That is so awesome. I mean, what you popped out last year in this bikini and the heels and the tan and just all the things. And I was like, damn it, girl, you go, you go. So you look wonderful. So tell us a little bit about that competition that you had.
Okay, so it took about 18 months to get ready for that particular competition. That was in Hot Springs, and it was September the 13th. And I competed in the bikini division.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that particular division, you have to have a lot of glute development,
Mm-hmm.
quad development,
Mm-hmm.
and shoulder development in that. I feel like I did really well. I did two first place and three second place medals. It was a small show,
Mm-hmm.
but I still take that as my hard work paid off.
Absolutely.
And so I did that show with one of my good friends, Sam, and she is amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
she's also still building to go to another show as well. And that was just, it was the best experience and the most. I found myself in the
Yes.
dark. I found myself in the dark.
Yes. Isn't it amazing how we find ourselves in some of the smallest things that we never thought would even matter in our life?
Right.
Because I'm around people that are all buff, and my kids, they got muscles, and my husband, they have muscles, and here I am like, let me get two cheeseburgers and a fry, and they do the same thing, but they work it off. I don't. And so I discovered probably when I was 37, I had a partial hysterectomy. After that, it seemed like life got better, but I didn't realize it was slowly chipping away
Mm.
in just about every area of my life. And so, what I have discovered in just watching you and talking to other people, it's like menopause has me, but I don't have menopause. So,
Right.
I have to adapt that mindset of this is what's taking place in your body, but you have to do something about it. And so when you posted, and this is not a shameless plug, this is what it is. I mean, you
Mhm.
posted, "Hey, I'm doing a strength and conditioning training. Does
Mhm.
anybody want to sign up?" And I was like, I'm going to wait to the last minute to sign up. I want to do this, but I'm going to wait to the last minute. And we start that next week, right?
Yes, Tuesday.
We start on
I
Tuesday.
hope
And
you're ready.
so I don't know if I'm ready or
Oh,
not,
I know
but I
you are,
mean, here I
Monica.
am. I'm telling myself, you know what? I tell my boys all the time, 1% better each day.
That's right.
Just 1%. That's all you
Mhm.
have to do is just be 1% better each day. And eventually it'll get to 100. I may be 100% in one area where I'm not 100% in any area, but in any area of my life, I'm never 100%
Right.
because I'm human. And so every single day I make a decision that's not always the best decision. You know,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, what do I need to do now to make this happen? And then you look back, what, 3, 4 months later, you're like, man, I really could have did something else different. So,
Right.
but I'm proud of you, and I just love watching you do what you do. Your social media is coming up.
Mhm.
I love seeing that. I mean, I'm seeing your face more. I'm seeing more posts. I'm seeing all the things. But let's talk about something you talked about that you've been doing for 20 years. And that's when I discovered that you really were a badass. Like you are in the gym, but on the streets, that's totally different, you know, because women police officers, people don't take them serious. But I
Right.
have found
Mhm.
that women are tougher than men on the streets.
Uh, I do agree.
And I can say the same thing with the military. These are
Mm.
some tough women. And
Mhm.
so then you get around some of these men, and even in the gym,
Mhm.
you know, I love women, you know, I'm
Yes.
a pro, let's go, you know,
Yes.
let's show them what we can do. But I do find that a lot of y'all as officers, y'all seem to be a little more tough. Y'all dig deeper to me in
Mhm.
your cases.
Yes.
Y'all just kind of figure out how to put things together because naturally women are investigators anyway.
Right. Because we're emotional.
Yes.
And I'm emotionally attached to every case,
Yeah.
every call, every person I come in contact
Mhm.
with. I am, I feel like I have a lot of emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
Not everybody has that.
Right,
Not
right,
everybody can walk in a room and read it
right.
and say, oh, well, this is not, I'm talking about something that nobody cares about, you
Yeah.
know? And so when I speak with people, I try to read body language, um, and I try to get down to the main root problem.
Mhm. Wow. So tell me how you got started in law enforcement.
Well, my father was a police officer,
Oh,
and he
wow.
came home, and this was in the 80s. And he, he used to tell all kinds of stories and everything like that. Well, when I was in the second grade, you have like little career fairs and all
Mhm.
that. And we had to like do some project of what do we want to be when we grow up. And a
Mhm.
lot of the girls were like doing nurses or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Well, I put myself as a police officer. And I specifically remember that.
Uh-huh.
And so, as the time went by, and I was very academic in high school, I
Mhm.
made straight A's, I did all those things. Um, and when it came to the point where I needed to figure out what I want to do when I grow up, so to speak, I was going to go to the military and be MP. That's what I wanted to do because I
Wow.
wasn't old enough to be a police officer until you're
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
So that was my plan.
Mhm.
And then I went and worked for the Texarkana, Texas Police Department in 2007 and went to the academy. I put myself through the academy in 2006. So
Wow.
it was always a passion of mine
Mhm.
to do that. And I always, you watch the shows on TV,
Mhm.
the investigators,
Mhm. Mhm.
solving sexual crimes and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I was just like, this is so cool,
Yeah.
even though I figured there was a lot of parts to it that weren't true and correct,
Right,
but
right.
because
It's TV.
it's TV,
Yeah.
it's for drama,
Yeah.
and stuff. So that was always my passion going in to being a police officer.
So you started out as an officer, and then
Hmm.
tell us how you worked your way up the ladder and all that good stuff.
So I started out in patrol for about 5 years, and then I went to our specialized unit. Um, for special investigations,
Mhm.
drugs or just whatever was
Mhm.
going on in the city that needed to be handled, whether it
Right.
was clearing the lots or
Mhm.
taking care of juvenile issues and
Mm.
different stuff like that. And then in during that tenure, I broke my leg in two places, jumping over
Okay.
a fence after someone. I had to have 4 knee surgeries,
Oh.
and so I kind of needed to calm down.
Mhm.
And so I ended up in our criminal investigation division, and then that's when um, That's when all the magic started happening, and I
Yeah.
found my passion, and I found my niche,
Mm-hmm.
um, and loved talking to victims and things of that nature. So
Wow. So you're telling me I have zero excuses. If you broke your leg in 4 places, I have zero excuses as to why I can't go to the gym. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's something that I didn't know about you.
Mm.
I knew that you just were an officer and then you became a detective. And I remember
Mhm.
all the time, like TTPD has a funny business page on Facebook. So
Yes.
I'm always on that page and it's always Detective Tabitha Smith, Detective Tabitha Smith. I'm like, this girl is catching everybody. Let me make sure I stay free and clear of her because I don't want no parts of that. So I just love it and I admire, everything you do when it comes to that because once again, it's hard being a woman working around men all the time. All
I
the
love
time.
it.
I love it too. I
Mhm.
prefer to be around men than
Mhm.
be around women. Like I have just a very, very small group of women that I may even communicate with at all. But I've found that it's easier. And I don't know if it's because, you know, I was the only woman in the house
Yeah.
all the time, including the dog. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's just, and I have a very dominant personality. And I've
Mhm.
always had a very dominant personality ever since I was a little girl. And I'm
Mhm.
not going to tone it down. Like some
Right.
people are like, you're just too whatever. And I'm like, no, this is who I am. Like, you either accept me or you don't. I'm
Exactly.
44. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll be okay. So I do my business and I go on
Mhm.
about my business. But even in transactions, I found that just dealing with men in real estate is a lot easier than dealing
Mhm.
with women because, like you said, we're emotional,
Yes.
crazy emotional creatures. Some of the
Yes.
stuff that people say and do, I can't even, I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Like, think about what you just said. So it doesn't even make sense. But anyway, okay. So let's talk about how you went from serving the streets to dominating in the gym.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
So, a main thing that I needed to get a hold to
Mm-hmm.
is nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not very good at nutrition. I had gained and lost the same 20 pounds for like 20 years. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, there's got to be something other than a shot or a pill. And I'm not opposed to that, by the
Right.
way. Um, but there's got to be habits that I can implement that's going to help me.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working with a coach. Um, and he gave me a meal plan. Well, that was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had personal trainers before, but they never really hit on nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were just hitting on show up and
Yeah.
we're going to have this goal,
Yeah.
but really nothing to help me to reach that goal
Mm-hmm.
other than lifting some weights, right?
Right.
So once I got with that coach and I had a meal plan, I was like, oh, this is what I need to be eating, and this is why I need to be eating it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be eating for emotional. I need to be eating to fuel my body,
Right.
because there's certain macros.
Yes.
There's your fats, your carbs, and your protein, and you have to have all three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's wired and tapered to when you work out or
Yeah.
when you're going to be active. So that was a key thing as far as that goes. The weightlifting's easy.
Yeah.
But it's the managing the weightlifting, knowing the cardio,
Mm.
knowing when to do cardio and how to deal with that, and then knowing what to eat and almost when to eat it.
Yeah. That is crazy. Now, I can tell you, when you sent me that long text message, I was like, she has lost her mind if she think I'm about to cut my salt. But I've already started using the pink salt that you
Mm-hmm.
told me to use.
Yes.
I tried it on some fried catfish the other day and it was fine.
Yes.
It was fine. And I was like, see, it's a mind thing. I'm
Yeah.
talking to myself,
Yeah.
as I'm eating, I'm like, it's a mind thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can control the mind, then the body will lead.
That's right.
It will lead. And so that's what I have to tell myself all the time. And, I'm just like, okay, I need to order this. I need to order that. I need to do this. And then I thought, oh God, we have this strength and conditioning camp starts next week. You better get on that bike and ride because Tabitha's about to kill you. This is what I'm saying to myself. So I'm trying to prepare myself for next week, which I'm probably still going to be sluggish. but I'm gonna show up,
And
you
that's
know?
all that
I'm gonna
that's all that
show up, and
matters.
I keep telling myself just little by little by
Mhm.
little, but I have heard more people talk about the micros and the macros,
Mhm.
and, we have a group text message. There's like 4 of us real estate agents and our former broker in it, and
Mhm.
she just, everybody's going to the shots and the pills and the
Mhm.
peptides and this tide and that and all of
Yeah.
that, and she just said, "I'm just gonna hire a nutritionist and just let them tell me what I should eat."
Mhm.
And I thought, well, if you would have saw this text message that I just got,
Yeah.
which she eats everything. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to salads and stuff, they have to be specific salads in order
Yeah.
for me to eat it.
Mhm.
I only want to eat iceberg lettuce.
Mhm.
Any other lettuce that you give me, it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well then I'm just gonna have to figure out how to make this work for me.
Exactly.
And even the dressings that you were talking about,
Mhm.
like sugar free, I'm like, what? You
Mhm.
know, how am I supposed to do this? But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out how to do it. So thank you for
You're
that. All
welcome.
right, let's talk a little bit about discipline. So being in law
Mhm.
enforcement requires you to be disciplined, obviously.
Yes.
How has that mindset carried into your fitness journey from you walking in that gym in January of 2024 up until now?
I think I am a purpose-driven person.
Mm-hmm.
And so as long as I have a goal
Mm-hmm.
and I see that goal, there's nothing going to stop me to do it.
There you go.
And that's the way it is in my work. It's the
Mm-hmm.
way it is when I'm training clients.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it is when I'm in the gym for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a lot of people say, "Well, I'm just not motivated." Well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about motivation.
Let's go.
It is about discipline.
Yeah.
It is about saying, just because I don't feel like it, when
Mm-hmm.
that alarm clock goes off at 3:45,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting up.
Go.
There's no internal dialogue of me trying to talk myself out of it. It's
Yeah.
going to happen because
Yeah.
it has to happen.
Yeah.
Because if I want to reach my goals and I tell myself I'm going to do something,
Mm-hmm.
then I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but that's the way I am in all of every aspect
Everything.
of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how I am with real estate. I'm like, this is your minimum. If you
Mm-hmm.
do anything over this, you're good,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what you have to sell in order to keep what you got.
Yeah.
And so I've worked so hard, thank you, Jesus, that
Yes.
there's some things stupid debt is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
Did stupid things like get a car here, get a car there, get a car everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Like we
was
all
like,
do.
okay, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And so finally, got it all down to zero. And I'm like, my shoulders are just relaxed. I'm like, okay, now that I've figured that out, there has to be something else that I want to figure out. And that's when I'm like, this body, I've got to get this body under control, because even if I just get on that bike for 10 minutes, my whole day is better.
Nobody ever regretted a workout.
Yes, I'm like, my whole entire day is better. And I was talking to my oldest son this morning. My baby boy sent me TikTok, and it was like a prayer for your mother while I was on the phone with Tyler. And I was like, y'all are just so awesome. But I was telling Tyler, I'm like, son, when I get finished working out, it's like almost like I need to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, some people do that. He said one of his friends decided that it was better for him to work out in the evenings than in the morning, because he would be sitting at his desk and he would be sleepy. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is that normal? I always ask him, because if you see him, which you'll hardly ever see him without his shirt off, but when he comes home and his shirt is off, I'm like, every single muscle in his back, you
Mm-hmm.
can see it. And I'm just like, this is crazy. How did you do that? And so even now, he still gets up every morning and does some type of cardio or
Mm-hmm.
working out. He came home, I think it was last year, and he said, I'm fixing to go walking. And I said, fixing, country.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going with you. So
Yeah.
hold on, let me put my clothes on. He was like, now, when I walk, I'll walk. Tyler was all up by Pleasant Grove Middle School, came all the way back around. Somebody said they seen him out there by the lake. I said, oh, no. I would have had to call somebody to come and get me. So I'll see you when you get back. But he's very disciplined when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to that. And, he has his moments where he eats really healthy, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he doesn't eat so healthy, but he
Mm-hmm.
always finds a way to work it off. It's the
Yeah.
craziest thing. I
Yeah.
wish I could do that. All right, let's talk a bit about the mental game, because we've both kind of discussed that a little bit. So people think fitness is physical, but it's
Right.
really mental.
Right.
And so how important is mental toughness for you in both of your careers? That's the streets and the gym.
So mental toughness is the main thing. And I set myself up every day where I have daily non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to drink my gut drink. I'm going to take my vitamins, and I'm going to eat my pre-workout, period.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go train anybody, that is daily non-negotiable.
Wow.
Throughout the day, I'm going to get in my 10,000 steps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drink all the water I need to drink so I can get rid of all the toxins in my body just from being alive and being out in this air on earth
Mm-hmm.
and get it taken care of. So those are non-negotiables.
Wow.
Same thing with at work. I have daily non-negotiables. I'm going to get my cases, make contact with victims. I just have a whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I already know. And again, I'm not going to get in my head about it. I'm not going to think I'm having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to get out of my head. I'm going to get all the negativity out because I know I have stuff to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm told myself I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Period.
I like it. So that's what I call time blocking, or that's what we call time blocking in the real estate world. Like, these are your non-negotiables every single day. From 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I'm doing this. From 9:15 to this, I'm doing this. Like, you have to make your calls. You have to touch your past clients. You have to call this person or that person. Like, are you going to circle prospect? Like, those are non-negotiables that I talk to my agents about all the time. Now, am I saying I do it every single day from 8 to 10? Nope. It may come from 1 to 3, or it may come from 5 to 7. It just depends on what goes on in my day, because we don't work at 8 to 5 Monday through
Right.
Friday. So we have to figure out, okay, what time of the day am I going to do this, and when am I going to do it? So I really like that. Let's talk a little bit about real life stress. You deal with some real pressure on your
Yes.
job every single day, because you are pulling someone over that you know nothing about. You don't know if somebody's on the run, or you don't know if it's somebody like me who's shaking in their boots and just nervous and fumbling and can't pick up anything because, like, okay, what did I do? Which most of the time for me, it's speeding. So, but I still get nervous, and I truly get nervous when it comes to my boys when they get pulled over.
Sure. Yeah.
They know if they get pulled over, they are to put me or their dad on speakerphone,
Absolutely.
or put us on FaceTime, or call somebody, because it's just so much happening,
It is so much
and
happening.
you just never know. And so I always used to pray, and I still pray, but my prayer used to be, when all three of them would leave the house, is, Lord, just bring them back to me safe. You know, just wherever they go, whatever they're doing, just give us one more chance, you know,
Right.
for us to be a family one more time. And I still make that prayer every single day, because when everybody walks out that door and go their separate directions, stress hits,
Yes.
you know, whether it's traffic, and Lord knows, I don't know if I should say this. I'm going to say it. We all have a little bit of road rage. And it seems like my uncle, before he passed away, he said, I purposely get out between 7 and 9 because I know that's the rush hour in Dallas, and I take my precious time because I don't have to rush anymore. I'm retired.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sure you get a lot of blowing and a lot of flipping off. And he said, I do. And I just keep going. So real life stress, tell me, how does working out help you relieve stress from what is going on in your life, and especially on the streets?
Well, exercise obviously releases endorphins in your brain. And actually, I used to be on an antidepressant. Working out has been able for me to release that. Also with
Wow.
hormone replacement therapy, of course. But that releases all of that for me. And I think that it would help lots of women our age. And even women in their 30s that have just had kids and they're depleted. And so that in that aspect, I forgot the question.
Tell me, how do you handle stress?
Oh, the stress.
Between work and
and
the
the
streets
working
and,
out. Okay, yes. Anyways, the hormone replacement therapy, that's where I was going with that. But I'll put it like this. I get rest days. My coach says, okay, you have 2 days workout, rest day, blah, blah, blah. When I have a rest day and all I have to do is get in steps and there's no cardio to do, I feel like I'm literally not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow, you are disciplined.
And I'm just like, I need to be lifting a weight. I need to be doing something,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's how that's how I'm wired. Like I could never just cold turkey stop working out. Like I think my body would be in shock at this point.
Wow.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard
Yeah.
people say that, like,
Mm.
I feel like I always have to be doing something, and I'm the same way,
Mhm.
but I'm just not doing the right things. Like, I have to be doing something. If I sit too long, it's
Mhm.
over. I'm in the bed,
Yeah.
like, moo on, bonnet on, I'm done. All
Yeah.
the fans are going, the air's on 65, like,
Yeah.
it's time to go to bed, and my husband, he's like, "Monica, it is 6 o'clock. You are in the bed." "Yes." And so he fusses at me all the time because he was like, "You get too much rest."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Well, let me just deal with that, you know?"
Yeah.
And so he could probably train me,
Yeah.
but I want to keep my marriage.
Yeah.
So it's better for, for me to get somebody else to train me
Yeah.
because it does not go well. You
Right.
know, it just doesn't go well for me. But let's talk a little bit about hormone replacement therapy
Mhm.
because I'm there
Okay.
and I fought it forever. And I know you know Wayne Easley.
Yes.
Gina was my broker, and
Yes.
she's like, "Monica, either you gonna kill somebody or
Yeah.
somebody's gonna kill you. Like, you are out of whack," you know. And that
Yes.
was when I was at Coldwell Banker,
Mhm.
and so that's been 5.5 years ago. But again, I had a hysterectomy at 37, and
Yeah.
so life just started chipping away. Like, you think it's amazing just because we don't have our monthly
Right.
cycles, like that's
Mhm.
what we think it is. But nobody talks about the brittle nails,
Yes.
the brittle, your hair breaking out. I mean, your
Mhm.
hair falling out,
Yeah.
hair growing in places that you didn't even know that you had,
Mhm.
um,
Dry skin.
dry skin,
Mhm.
you're itchy, mental. You walk in the kitchen and you can't even remember why you went in the kitchen.
Brain fog.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just, it's the craziest thing. But for me, when I finally did it, it took like a year for my body to see the results.
Mhm.
So the only person that's ever done my pellets for me is Wendy Gammon.
Mhm.
And so we battle, you know, sometimes we go, we get it just right.
Mhm.
Sometimes we go, I'm off in an area.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and it's like, it's my body. And I have to go every 2.5 months versus 3 months
Mm.
because my body metabolizes so fast.
Oh.
And so this last round, I skipped about 4 months because after I had my procedure, I
Mhm.
developed those blood clots.
Yes.
And so I was like, I just need to let my body heal.
Mhm.
And then I'll get back to everything else. And then when you get blood clots, it's always estrogen or this or whatever. And,
Right.
and you do get estrogen with hormone replacement therapy. So I
Mhm.
was like, if I get that, what if I get the blood clots back? And, you know, when you're healing from the blood clots, it's called blood clots scarring.
Mhm.
And you think that the blood clots are back. And so then
Mhm.
you go, I went and I was dehydrated and they had to give me, I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm losing it. And so all of this is going back to menopause and I had no idea.
Yep.
And so not this time because I just got them. Before that, my testosterone doubled. I had testosterone over 18-year-old boy.
Wow.
Yes, and it was rough.
Yes.
So you wake up in the morning and there's nothing there. And then
Mhm.
by 5 o'clock, you're like, where
Yes.
did this come from? You
Uh-huh.
know? And so you're in the mirror and you're like trying to get them all out. And it's just like crazy.
Yes.
So tell me why you think it's important for women to focus on those vitamins and those hormone replacement therapies and all the things that they need. Like, how does that help our bodies?
I think from personal experience and have been on hormone replacement therapy since 2018, um, that changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped me in the way of I was able to build muscle
Mm-hmm.
easier, and also I was able to um, have more strength.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I think it just really helps our bodies with metabolizing vitamins as
Mm-hmm.
well. I mean, 'cause that's all the things that I have seen that's helped me, and that was before I even really started weightlifting. I was always doing some kind of workout and on some kind of diet plan that
Mm-hmm.
losing 10 pounds and then gaining it back, you
Gaining
know.
20
So
back.
but it did seem to help with energy,
Mm-hmm.
mostly the energy. I could tell, like I do microdosing testosterone shots twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
I like that better than pellets. I do too many glute workouts for
Mm-hmm.
me to be able to have the pellets, but I
Mm-hmm.
did like them when I had them.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like, but I forgot to take one of my shots last week. And I
Oh.
was like, what is wrong with me? I don't have any energy for nothing. And then I
Mm-hmm.
realized, oh, that's what it is. I forgot to
Wow.
take that. And then, of course, everything's fine, and everything's normal. But that just goes to show of how important that is and how much energy I was able to get from
Mhm,
that. And that's so steady that I
mhm.
realized, oh my gosh,
I
there's something
missed it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so true because when I'm at the end, it's like I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to think. I call my
Hmm.
kids and tell them the same thing over and over. And for the first time, probably 2 months ago, I experienced a true hot flash.
Oh.
I'm talking, I was drenched from head to ankle. I was like, what happened? And in 2 minutes, like in all of 2 minutes, like you felt it coming the first time you're asleep, right? And
Hmm.
so I'm like, okay, this is not it. Then about 10 minutes later, here's another one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stick my foot out the cover. They
Yeah.
say stick your leg out the cover, So I did that. That third one, I took those covers and flopped them back. My husband jumped up. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm having a hot flash. And by then it was just soaked and wet. It was the craziest
Yes.
thing. Within 2 minutes, I had water. I had the fan standing in front of the fan on high. I'm outside doing anything I can to possibly cool down. That is when I knew my pellets were going away. And I
Yes.
called Wendy and she was like, I can't give them to you until right at 3 months
Yeah.
because of what you've had going on. I'm like, you got to give me something because
Yeah.
I'm about to lose it. I
Yes.
cannot do this. I cannot do this. I'm like, how did my mom and my grandma used to do this in church? They're sitting in
Hmm.
church with their fan and
Yes.
their fan, and you see sweat on their top lip, and you're young. You're like, what's wrong with them? And so now I get it, but
Hmm.
they have been life changing for me as well.
Yes.
Like, I feel like a whole new person. Like, even yesterday, I was telling you I got my IV
Hmm.
from Felicia, and I don't remember what all she put in there, but I know one of them was NAD.
Hmm.
And
NAD.
then she gave me, yeah,
Yes.
NAD. She gave me
Hmm.
a vitamin D shot in my arm, and it was all kinds of stuff. And I'm talking, it
She
was like
knows.
immediately I
Yes.
felt better. I went and had my lymphatic massage this
Hmm.
morning. I got up. I'm like, I'm a new girl today. Let's go. So it is a mental thing, and you definitely have to keep up with it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about women and strength.
Hmm.
A lot of women are intimidated by
Yes.
lifting weights. And so I'm one of those people too. I'm like, I just want to kind of tone my arms a little bit, tone my
Hmm.
legs a little bit. But then I find that when I say I'm going to do a little bit of something, I keep wanting more, if that makes
Yes.
sense. So, what would you say to women who are afraid of the weight
Um, so there's a common misconception about if I get in the gym and I lift these weights, I'm going to get bulky.
room?
Not true.
Hmm.
I've been working on that. I have to get a lot bigger by my next show in November.
Oh, wow.
So I am doing progressive overload,
Hmm.
things of that nature. So what makes you look bulky is that you're not cutting your fat away
Hmm.
from your muscle.
Hmm.
That's how you tone. You're cutting the fat away from your muscle.
Right.
And so you can actually see your muscle mass.
Hmm.
Um, so it shouldn't be intimidating because it's impossible
Yeah.
to just go right in there and start bulking up like that.
Yeah.
There are people that are on steroids and stuff. If you progressive overload and then you're on steroids as well,
Hmm.
yes, you are going to get bulky
Hmm.
and things of that nature. But I find at my gym, Legends, you go there as well.
Hmm.
The men there are so helpful. They will
Hmm.
spot you. They
Hmm.
are respectful.
Hmm.
I've never had anybody, as long as I've been going there, said anything out of the way.
Hmm.
Mostly it's, hey, can I help you or all that. So a lot of people don't want the men to talk to them really,
Right.
but they're really just there to help. And
Yeah.
if they're looking at you, it's because
They're watching you.
you're about to do something that they want to make sure you're not going to hurt
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
basically. Um, so I think that could be intimidating some.
Hmm.
Um, I had a lady. The reason I said that is I had a little lady, and I think she said she was 76, and she was looking for a trainer. And she looked at me and she said, "But you have to go easy on me." And I'm like, "Oh, we're not gonna like go crazy or anything." But
Hmm.
she is intimidated by that kind of thing.
Hmm.
But my goal with my clients, especially my in-person personal training clients, just like at the boot camp, I'll be in-person personal
Hmm.
training. Um, I want to give confidence to women to
Right.
be able to go get on that Smith bar
Yeah.
and rack it out, like
Mhm.
do it yourself. Like
Mhm.
that hack machine, I want you to be able to know how to operate it safely.
Mhm.
And I want at some point for them to be able to have the confidence to do it by themselves without me, because that's how you build goals. I'm not going to be around
Mhm.
every single day.
Yeah.
So, but I want to teach and I
Right.
want to show the proper way to do those type of movements and to know that it's not intimidating. It's
Yeah.
actually very fun
Yeah.
and it's very, very rewarding. And another thing I tell my clients is, they're like, well, I'm just not 100% today. Well, every day your 100% looks different.
Mhm.
And you just have to go with the flow and just your energy and do the very, very best that you can each and every day. And then focus, go to that place in your mind where you can get the reps in. And I'll always tell my friend Ashley, one of my clients, Ashley, and she's my friend.
Mhm.
I told her yesterday, I said, she was doing some hip thrusts. I said, go to that place.
Yeah.
Go to that place. And she found it, no questions asked. She
Wow.
rocked it out. And heavier weight,
Mhm.
and she was amazing. She did it. She went to that place.
Yeah. So I'm the person that I don't like the there's
Mhm.
too many people.
Mhm.
And you're right.
Mhm.
Men are more there are more men in the gym than there are women.
There are.
And so I'm like, why is he looking at me? Or,
Mhm.
and they're probably saying, she doing that wrong, and they're probably saying that to themselves, but I'm more of a one-on-one type person. And I
Right.
have been that way just for a long, long time.
Sure.
So like even in group coaching settings for my business, I don't
Mhm.
do well.
Yeah.
I do better with the one-on-one person. So
Mhm.
I'm trying this group thing with you. I'm like, okay, Monica, people are going to be there. They're going to be looking at you. It's okay. Go
Mhm.
ahead and go. Let's see how this goes. And then I told the boys, I said, then I may just hire her as my personal
Mhm.
one-on-one trainer. But for now, I need to go and see how well
Yes.
I like it before I commit to that. Because I've been through a program that was $3,000 and
Ooh.
it was on an app and they trained you and they showed you exactly what to do and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And I just didn't show up for myself. And so this time, like, I'm fully committed to showing up for myself
Mhm.
because I feel better.
Right.
I truly feel better when I do work out. And it's been that way for this last round of me getting into working out and stuff like that. I told the boys, I was like, I just feel better. Like, I feel
Mhm.
confident
Yeah.
again.
Mhm.
And when you lose your confidence at some point for whatever reason, it's hard to get it
It
back.
is.
And who would have thought that a freaking Peloton bike would make me feel confident again?
Right.
And so I was just like, that's crazy because I'm on there and
You are.
I'm
I love
pumping
it.
on that thing and they got Jay-Z going and Beyonce and
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go.
Yes.
And so sometimes I don't always make it through the workouts.
Yeah.
I have to moderate them, because I'm
Right.
like, I can't stand up and keep riding this thing. I need to sit down for a
Yeah.
second, So until you learn or your body gets there, your
Mhm.
cadence, as they call it,
Yes.
until it gets to where it needs to be, then you just have to do what you have to do. Okay, let's talk a little bit about consistency.
Mhm.
You're balancing a very demanding career
Yes.
and you're staying fit.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if one contract goes wrong, I need a lemon drop martini. I need a cheeseburger, add bacon. Like it's just my mind goes there. So what does consistency look like for you on a weekly basis?
So consistency for me is I do the exact same thing every single week. I eat the exact same thing every single day. Um, I get up at 3:45 every morning. I go train clients. And then I go to work. And in between that, I'm eating my little meal prepped meals. I'm drinking water, doing vitamins. Then I go to work, do my regular job. I work me out on
Mm-hmm.
my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back at Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And then after work, I'm training more clients at Legends and then also at Sling Fit.
Wow.
And then we have our boot camp starting on
Mhm.
Tuesday. So I'm super excited about that. Um, and so that'll go until 8 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
8:15 or so.
Mhm.
And then that's my day.
Wow. And you should sleep all night
Oh,
because you've
girl,
been
yes.
going all freaking day.
And I have to have a shout out for Garmin watches
Mm-hmm.
because it will tell you what movement you're doing. It will tell you how many calories in strength training
Mm-hmm.
that you are burning, like your
Mhm.
whole resting metabolism, how much calories you're burning a day with
Wow.
everything that you're doing. And that's how you can track how many calories.
Mm-hmm.
So, because if you want to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you eat. It's
Right.
calories in, calories out at that point.
Right.
So these are very, very accurate with
Wow.
steps and
Mhm.
everything. So get you a Garmin.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Gotcha. I got you. Okay.
Sleep, it counts your sleep,
Really?
tells you when you've had restful sleep, all of that. And it's super good. Just look into
You
it.
know, that's crazy because my boys aren't even at home and there's sleep number beds in their room. I have a straight up $8.99 mattress from Gateway. And so when I get in their bed and I sleep, it
Mhm.
tells me how long was I in a deep sleep?
Yeah.
How long was I moving around? Like I go to the app and it tells me all of that. And I'm going to make it a point this year to get in bed.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about gym pet peeves. What is one thing you see people doing in the gym that makes you want to walk over and correct them immediately? And you're probably talking about.
um, I know that, and I appreciate anybody, no matter what it looks like their fitness level is. I'm very proud that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the women I see, and
Mm-hmm.
these little teenagers that'll come in and they're just trying to do the best that they can, and they're
Mm-hmm.
starting their habits. So I appreciate that. A pet peeve of mine would be um, probably not putting weights back after you're supposed to put your weights back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do push a lot of weights,
Mm-hmm.
and I always put my weights back. So if I can do it, I think that's probably the one. Or talking really, really loud in your phone while you're lifting weights,
Oh,
so everybody can hear your conversation,
yeah.
even after having headphones in. That's
Mhm.
probably another one. But I love my gym.
Yeah. My husband is like, I'm like, dude, we can go to any time in Wake Village. Like, that's like 3 minutes from our house. Nope.
Yeah.
He calculated it's a 14-minute drive from
Yes.
our house for him to get to the gym. Like, he is
Mhm.
155% hands down,
That's right.
legends.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about a pet peeve, I think his pet peeve is he hates it. So if I go to the gym with him, that's how I said we don't need to work out together.
Right.
Well, I do my part and then I just sit on the machine and wait until the next time for me to do my part, whether it's a 1-minute break, 5-minute break, 7-minute break.
Yeah.
He hates that. He was like, get up. Somebody else could be using that machine and you just sitting there on your phone on TikTok. I'm like, I don't care, and he was like, no, that's not proper gym etiquette. And I was like, you know what? We don't need to do this at all. Okay, let's talk a little bit about nutrition. What is the
Mhm.
biggest lie people believe about nutrition and getting in shape?
That carbs are bad. Carbs are not bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different kind of carbohydrates. There's complex carbs and your simple carbs.
Mm-hmm.
Complex carb would be your rice. A simple carb would be your French fries.
Mm-hmm.
So French fries don't fuel your body. Rice digests very quickly, and so that's why it's a good carb to have. Of course, you want to target that around, your workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
that's the most that I've found, and it was for me too because I was sold on the keto diet for so long, and all you're doing is losing 10 pounds of water weight, and then you have brain fog.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a win-win situation
No.
because your brain needs carbs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about motivation versus discipline. When motivation disappears in your life,
Mm-hmm.
what keeps you going?
I think at this point in my journey, I know I have to check in with my coach. I had to check in this morning. So I had to get in my bikini, get in my heels, do my
Mhm.
poses, take pictures, weigh, fasted weight, and send it to her. That's my motivation because I don't want a bad weigh-in. I want her to know by everything that she's seeing that I'm doing everything possible,
Mhm.
that I'm a good client. I'm doing everything possible, everything that she's saying, so that when November comes and I get on that stage,
She's proud.
she's proud and I'm going to win my division.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to win. So that's what I want. That's my it's not even really motivation at this point. It's just discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I have motivation right now because I have a new workout split that I'm
Mhm.
super excited about that
Mhm.
my coach gave me. So it's motivation, but it's not going to last because
Mhm.
motivation doesn't last.
Right.
So
That's awesome. Okay. So let's talk about your toughest moment. Because when you walked in that gym in January of 2024, Was there ever a moment in your fitness journey where you were like, this is it, I quit, like I'm done? And then tell me or tell us what pushed you through.
So there's a thing called bodybuilding prep.
Mm-hmm.
So back in September, prior to my show, I was in bodybuilding prep
Mm-hmm.
for 20 weeks, which is there's no cheat meals. You follow everything. You measure your food to the gram. You do these workouts exactly how it's laid out. You do everything. As the time goes by, I have to get stage lean for that period of time. So I'm having to drop my body fat. So my coach takes out certain things. 4 weeks before the show, I'm completely depleted.
Mm.
My hormones are all jacked up because I'm in starvation mode, but I'm not hungry.
Right.
Because I need my muscles to be popping. You know, when I get up there, bam, that's what we want. And it's super normal. It's not healthy year round, but
Right.
it's okay. It's like a natural liposuction is the way it
Wow.
felt to me.
Mhm.
My darkest moment was 2 weeks before the show. I was so just dead. I had no energy, and I was just pushing through the best I could. And then mentally, I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I'm not going to make it. I'm a zombie.
Mhm.
And then I thought, girl, you better get yourself up.
Yeah.
You did not put in all of this work
Mhm.
to be sitting on this couch feeling damn sorry for yourself.
There you
No,
go.
get up, girl.
Yeah.
Get up and keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. It's almost over. You got just a couple more weeks left.
Yeah.
And I just have to tell myself, girl, stop.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't do this for nothing.
Oh, I
And
love
and
it.
that pushed me through whenever I just sat in the darkness, deepest depth of myself
Mhm.
and had to reason with myself, because typically I don't have to reason with myself
Right.
because I have the daily non-negotiables, but I also
Right.
had energy and I wasn't starving.
Yeah.
So my body wasn't starving. So I've been in it with myself,
Wow.
and I'm almost just get emotional
Yeah, you're
because
supposed to. You a dog.
when you find yourself,
Mhm.
can't nothing break you down.
Nope.
And you
Nope.
can't do anything but get up and keep going.
That's it.
And so I found myself. And so that's
I
why I love
love
body.
it.
And I want people to know, get down in it.
Yes.
Get down where it's hard
Yeah.
so that you can know how to get yourself back up,
Mhm.
basically.
And you know what? Mine has nothing to do with the gym. It has to do with the talk in the street,
Mm-hmm.
where I have been so low listening to the lies that people come up with, or the whatever, scenario they
Sure.
come up with. Because I tell people this all the time. They're still trying to figure out who this little black girl is from Hooks that is kicking ass in the real estate streets.
Yeah.
And that can be tough.
Yeah.
That can be very tough because you got people from all over that are saying certain things. And when they make it back to, I'm at the point now that if you don't call my name, you're not talking about me.
Exactly.
And if you call my name, then that means I call you,
Right.
because you've got a problem with me that I know nothing about. And one of my business coaches told me, or 3 of them have, they've all said, hey, what other people think about Monica ain't got shit to do with Monica.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with Monica. So you do your thing. You keep showing up. So when you got emotional, I got emotional. And I had to catch myself because I've been that person, and
Yeah.
it hadn't been that long ago.
Yeah.
It's like every day you have to wake up and see what's going to happen today, because that's just how our little,
Yeah.
it's a catty world,
Yes, it is.
And so you have to realize how to cut that out and keep it pushing and just focus on what you got going. But at the end of the day, I respect you a little bit more because I just saw some emotion. Because sometimes people are like robots. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm one of those people. I'm like, I don't even cry. I used to cry all the time. Then I got these pellets and I'm like, I want to cry today, and I
Yeah.
can't even cry.
Yes.
So like, I just want to cry. So
Yes.
I respect you a whole lot for that, because you carry a lot. You're a wife, you're a mom, you're on the streets, you're in the gym, you still have family, you have other things that you have going, and you're disciplined.
Mhm.
Like, you're disciplined. I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't go past a couple of hours without putting something in my mouth. So, and it's normally not water. So I'm doing much better with water. Like when you sent me water, I was like, girl, now if you put a picture of margaritas in front of me, I probably can make that happen. But water,
Yeah.
it's just not a thing of mine. So I've learned to put a little bit of lemon juice in it
Sure.
and just a little bit of Splenda just to kind of make it taste like lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to do things until I can get to where I'm going. So
Sure.
I definitely appreciate that.
Sure.
Now, advice for beginners,
Okay.
because you're working with the beginner here, right? So
Yes.
you got to be patient with me. If someone listening wants to start their fitness journey today or tomorrow, what are the first 3 things that they should do?
The first 3 things that they should do is they should reach out to someone
There you go.
who has been there.
Who is that someone?
That's me.
There you go.
And they
You
should
better
reach
pump
out.
yourself up.
They should reach out to T.K. Smith Fitness on Facebook.
There you go.
And text me, call me. Let's set up a FaceTime. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing because I like a face to face, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard to get face to face in person.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing sometimes we can do is a FaceTime.
Yeah.
And let's just go over the
Mhm.
goals. I offer so many different choices.
Mm-hmm.
I do online where I create you a program and there's videos attached.
Yeah.
And you can work out at home. You'll figure out whether you want dumbbells or kettlebells or
Mhm.
bands or whatever. I got all the workouts in my app
I love
that
it.
I can just download for you. And it comes with a meal plan.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna make you a meal plan and you
Mhm.
just follow it and let's get going.
I gotta get you a gym because you about to take over. Because I'm gonna tell you this: there are a lot of personal trainers that cannot tell you half of what you've told me,
Mhm.
and I've seen them. There are some that don't have a meal plan. They're just kind of
Mhm.
like me, and I'm not saying anything bad about them because it may work for their clients.
Correct.
But whenever you are giving us every single thing, all you need is for us to just show up.
Mm-hmm.
You take it from there. Now you can't go home with us and make our meals. You can't go
Right.
home and make sure we get enough sleep. Like you're
Mhm.
not in our house, you're not in our beds, you're
Right.
not any of that, but you're giving us the resources and the materials. And that's kind of the same thing that I tell my team. Like I can give you the play by play, but if you
Mhm.
don't run it, then you just stay on the sideline.
Exactly.
You're just gonna stay on the sideline. So I like that. I
Mm.
appreciate that. And I
Yes.
just love how you shouted yourself out. Okay. Legacy question. At the end of the day, what do you want people to say about the way you showed up in your career and in your gym? At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I want somebody to say, she changed my life
Mm-hmm.
because she gave me the book,
Mm-hmm.
the play-by-play book. And that's not just in fitness, it's when I'm dealing with victims.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
when I have a woman that has been beat and she's trying to decide whether she wants to leave, and I'm always like, look, baby, you ain't got to press charges,
Mm-hmm.
but just know there's other resources.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to happen again.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I want people to say about me that because I do not care what anybody thinks about me.
Yeah.
That's why I can stand up and say whatever I'm trying to say. I do
Yeah.
not care. It just rolls off my back because it doesn't matter.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I want people to know that I care about people,
Mhm.
all people
Mhm.
in general, period. And I want one person to say that I helped change their life
Mhm.
because of whether it's fitness advice or, penal code advice or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and that made their life better. That's it. Hmm.
So awesome.
And that goes with my kids and my husband too, because I
Yeah.
want them to say that I, did that as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you're right. Because this morning I was talking to my oldest one on the phone, like I said, and he was just like, Mama, this is, you know, I'm I'm in an adult situation. I was like, yeah, you are. Like, you're the man. You called the shots. So he's already experienced a little bit of where they're trying to test him because he's so young.
Hmm.
They're like a couple of years younger than him, and he's leading them. And so I told him, what is your why?
Hmm.
Tell me what your why is. It was never about finances. It was never about anything. He said, if I can lead them to Christ
Mhm.
and they call me later and say, Coach, I'm getting married. Coach, I'm having a baby. Coach, this, that's all I want.
Mhm.
I changed their life in some type of way. It doesn't matter about that other stuff doesn't matter. It's just I'm in this world, mama, to change lives.
Right.
And I was like, you like you're supposed to be my little bitty baby, but you're right. Just changing somebody's life is everything. And it can be something so small
Mhm.
that is a big thing to them. Because like you said, when you're talking to victims and they've been beat, it's going to happen again.
Yes.
So you have to make a decision, and it's so hard. It is
Mhm.
so hard to pull people away from that because that's all they know.
Right.
But then when they finally, that mental kicks in and they finally realize that they can do it,
Mhm.
it's like their whole world is just completely changed. I watched a podcast where a young girl said, she was getting beat
Mhm.
and she didn't know what to do because that's all she saw growing up. And then
Right.
she just realized that one day, I don't have to do this. And she said her life has been much better. So thank you for that, because
Mhm.
there are a lot of women that are suffering in some departments and things that doesn't show up on social media. And sometimes when it does show up on social media, it's too late.
Yes.
It's too late.
Exactly.
So, all right, fun question. Be honest with me.
Okay.
Are you tougher in the gym or tougher in the streets?
I'm definitely tougher in the gym.
Are you?
Yes.
I wouldn't believe that.
I'm definitely because I use so much restraint
Mm-hmm.
at work
Mm-hmm.
that in the gym I don't. It's
Ah,
forceful. It's I gotta get it in.
yeah.
So could I be tough in the like at work? Of course, and have, but um just because I had to be.
Yeah.
I try to be a helper to people, even when
Mm-hmm.
they're doing something they're not supposed to do. It's just like, hello, like click. So I just try to be like that aunt that's like coming and saying, what in the world are you doing? You
Yeah.
better get yourself together,
Yeah.
but in the gym, I'm just like all pushing.
Wow. Well, when you first got here, you shared with us that you had a major win. So tell everybody about that win today. I think you said you bench pressed or something.
Yeah, I actually leg pressed 300 pounds, which is a lot for me. It may not be for a lot of people, but
Crazy.
for me, my legs were so weak when I started. I had like
Mm.
little toothpicks, and so for me, it was a major win, and I
That is
almost I almost
huge.
teared up. I was just like, wow.
That is so awesome. Well,
Yeah, thank
congratulations to
you.
you. I'm so proud of you. This is the final question. What does strength mean to you today versus 2020? What does it mean to you?
Strength to me means I don't have to be strong in my body, even though I want to live a long time, and that's very important to me. But I have gained so much mental strength
Mm-hmm.
from this journey that is absolutely irreplaceable. I'm a totally different person,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had some horrible things that have happened, in my life, stuff that I've grieved
Mm-hmm.
in 2023, which is the reason why I was in the gym in the first place. Um, but I did not have confidence. It may have looked like I had confidence
Mm-hmm.
just by whatever I was doing, but I think I have true confidence now. True confidence of, you know, let's talk. Things I would never do. I would have been scared to death to come and sit in here and talk to you 2 years ago. I would have never done it because I'd have been scared to death, you
Yeah.
know? And so I think it really helped every single aspect of my life. And I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed, and it's amazing.
I love it. Well, told you this was easy.
It is easy.
It's easy. It's just a simple conversation. But listen, I truly do appreciate you coming in. Like, we've been friends behind the screen, behind
Yes.
Facebook for a long time, and just actually seeing you in person. I've seen you a couple of times in your uniform, but seeing you in these jeans and these heels and this girl, you on fire. And
Thank
I love it.
you.
And I mean, it's amazing to see and hear other people's story of how their life transformed
Mhm,
from one small thing or one big thing. When in your case is fitness. And like you said, in
mhm.
2023, it was tough. And then a whole year later, 2024, you're like, No, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way to fix this. And when those little small nuggets hit us, we have to take them and capitalize on them because we don't know
Mhm.
what's coming. And now look,
Right.
you're impacting other people's lives
Yes.
outside of the streets. Like we're
Yes.
talking free people,
Yes.
people that are free and not behind bars, or
Yes.
you're able to change their lives. So I want you to look into that pretty camera over there and tell everybody how they can reach out to you and what you have to offer and just give it to them. Sell yourself. Let's go.
You can reach out to me at TK Smith Fitness on Facebook. Um, I have so many different options. You can we could do, like I said earlier, we can do online. I'll work with you. I'm gonna check on you. I'm gonna make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're gonna check in with me. There'll be a suggested meal plan for you to do. Everything is laid out for you. All you got to do is do it. I make it very, very simple, but nutrition is very, very important. I am certified with ISSA, personal training certificate, as well as a certificate in nutrition coaching and also strength and conditioning. So I am very qualified and insured and bonded. So you can trust me. I'm not just some person off the street just because I have a little muscle in my arm. Um, and also, obviously, I do personal training. I do personal training at Legends. And then I also do some personal training at Sling Fit. I do hot hit classes on Saturdays and on every other Monday when I'm not at work at the police department. And then we have the boot camp that's coming up.
Mhm.
It's personal training. It's a group, but it's a very small group, and so I'm able to be right there, making sure you're doing everything they're supposed to do. I've designed it myself. We're going to be using kettlebells, dumbbells, bands, everything in the world to get you going where you can actually do it, and you can actually do it at home after the boot camp's over with. So you will already have knowledge of how to do it on your own after. And that's going to start on Tuesday, and it's 12 sessions every Tuesday and Thursday, running all the way to May 14th. And I hope to plan more boot camps along the way, depending on my schedule. And there's just so many options. There's just no stop making excuses and
There you
just get
go.
on the horn.
Yeah.
Stop making excuses. I'll hold you accountable. I'll be right with you every step of the way. Is it going to be hard? Yes. But every small habit that we make now will affect whether or not we're going to be the youngest person in the nursing home or not. And I think that's very powerful to understand that.
Yes, I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Monica Kelly Show. Thank you, Tabitha, for coming out
Absolutely.
today. Until next time, guys, just go make great something great happen today, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.